Hello, everyone. It's Melissa from Gildas Club, Grand Rapids, and I have the opportunity to come to you from the outside of the clubhouse, which is really exciting. I hope that you're enjoying your summer and getting outside and taking moments of just mindfulness and deep breaths and taking it at your own pace as we are here at Gildas Club. Just so glad that we can continue to connect together through Facebook Live and our in-person and virtual program. If you're new to Gildas Club or a cancer or grief journey and you'd like to know more about our free support program, just give us a call here at the clubhouse, 616-453-8300, or look on our website at www.gildasclubgr.org. And if you're maybe a regular listener or watcher, or you're here for the first time watching us and you like our program, give us a thumbs up. We like to know that you were there, or make a comment. If you have a question or a comment, especially about our guest today or for our guest today, then just post it here and we'll make sure that she gets that. Or if you have a question about Gildas Club or just want to say hello, we love that. And this is being recorded. So if you like this program and you found it helpful, or you want the information to get to somebody, please share this program. We would love you to do that. And you can look at our archives. We have all of our programs that we've done since the beginning of COVID, really. Thank you, COVID, for bringing us this opportunity. And they're all recorded and on our website, on our YouTube page, and I think somewhere on our Facebook page. I am obviously, you probably got this already, not a very big techie, but I know they're there somewhere. So yeah, so I think that's really it. And today we have a great topic. And it's Camp Sparkle. It's what are you doing for the summer? It's how do I fit into my own skin in the summer? And I loved that yesterday in our meditation group, we went inside to ask ourselves the question is, what will make this summer meaningful to us? And what are my gifts or my passions or my thoughts of fun and enjoyment that I want to do this summer? So we're going to talk about some opportunities here pretty soon. So I have a great guest today, or we have a great guest today, and some of you may already know her, but Chelsey Faust, who is a new employee here at Gildas Club for 3 months. Is that right?
I think it's almost 6 months now. I know. It flies so fast.
And it's been such a joy to have Chelsey join our team. She comes with such great skill. She here at Gildas is the coordinator of Noogie Land. And if you haven't been to Noogie Land or haven't seen it, it's a place to visit. It's quite extraordinary. And so she works with children who are 5 and under with all of our programs here, our grief and our cancer support. And then she also coordinates and trains all of our youth volunteers. And so here at Gildas Club, we're really careful about who interacts with our children. We want to make sure that they're prepared, and we want to make sure that we're prepared. And so there's an extra training for that. And it just helps everyone get on the same page and know how to manage or how to handle situations that might come up, like a child talking about a death or a cancer experience. And so Chelsey does all the training for that, which we love, and she does a great job. She also, and we don't really talk about this very much, and I feel like we need to talk about it more, but we have a very robust, free cancer and grief and emotional health support program that we bring to the schools in our community. And we're talking not just GRPS, but the schools. We've been to Sparta, we've been to, we are in, I shouldn't say have been, we are in East Kentwood schools, Coopersville schools, Lowell schools. So we have this very robust program that we offer to our school systems here that support the teacher in having conversations about emotional health or about grief and cancer. And so one of our programs is called the Tough Stuff program. And it's for fourth and fifth graders, depending on where the school wants to start. And we go right into the classroom and work with the teachers. And Chelsey is one of those people that does that. She's been working with Julie Petrie in many of the GRPS schools. Is that correct?
Yep, that is correct. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I love that you talk about, tell us how you talk about that tough stuff. What is that like?
Well, we prepare ourselves by doing lots of fun activities that we bring into the classroom. Okay. So there's it's 4 weeks. So we start with introducing ourselves and then doing a fun activity about getting to know each other in the classroom. And then each week we introduce something different and we talk about like how we deal with tough stuff and then what we can do to help ourselves through tough stuff. So we do different activities that might make you feel better going through those things. So one activity that Julie and I have done is we do like a sand activity and we put different colors of sand in the jar and there's a little sheet and it says like music or petting your dog or talking with your friends and just different ways that you think you would be able to use those scenarios to help yourself.
Oh, very cool. So you introduce the topic of what is tough stuff, discuss that, and then you resource them in this really fun way. That's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
very
love
fun.
that.
Yeah.
So it's one of the many things, obviously, that you're all learning that Chelsey does with us here at Gildas Club. And prior to, and we're going to get to the last thing in a minute, but prior to coming to Gildas Club, she worked at Helen DeVos Children's Hospital on the child life team for 6.5 years. Mm-hmm. And thank you for your work there. That's extraordinary work.
Thank you, Melissa. It was a wonderful job, just like being here.
Yeah. So Chelsey comes to us with lots and lots of skills and lots of history and wisdom, and we're just so grateful to have her here. So personally, in her spare time, there are moments she's not at Gildas Club, which is good. So there's this balance that she loves to cook fun recipes. What's a fun recipe, Chelsey?
It's like art. Cooking is like art. So when you have a recipe, but you kind of don't really want to use exactly what's on the recipe, you can add your own little spin on things. So if you're making like a salad and you want to add extra different things to it and you don't know how it tastes because it's not necessarily following that recipe and it turns into something amazing. It's always fun to try new things and try different kinds of mixtures of ingredients in the kitchen. So it's just kind of like doing your own thing almost.
Yeah, well, it certainly is. That's awesome. I love that. So she also loves to travel. Mm-hmm. Yay! Travel is good around the world, not just in the States, but around the world. And what was your most favorite place so far that you've been to around the world?
Probably a tie. I love Spain. And I've also been to Greece, and both were incredible. So I can't choose between either one.
Okay,
because of how fun both of them were and how culturally interesting it was. But yeah, I think those two are probably my favorites.
Very nice. Yeah. I don't know why. I always, with Greece and Spain, immediately in my brain comes sunshine, like today.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. You know? Sunshine and beaches. Not all over, but most places.
Yeah. Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
And she likes to go on hikes on days like today.
Yeah.
So well-rounded. Excellent. Well, we're so glad to have you with us.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about this very special thing that Chelsey's going to do with us, and that's Camp Sparkle. Yay! So that's something that maybe somebody out there was thinking, I'd like to do something this summer, and they're between a certain age, which she'll talk about. It's a free camp here at Gildas Club that we've offered every year. And last year, I think we did have a virtual component, but this year, full on back. And Chelsey, why don't you tell us a bit about Camp Sparkle?
Melissa, I'm so excited for Camp Sparkle this year. Like you said, it's fully in person again. So I'm so excited to have everybody together and in person. We're going to have so many community partners coming in to be with us for camp. So I guess I would like to start with what Camp Sparkle's for. And I think you mentioned a little bit what it is. And it's basically anybody that's gone through grief or any kiddo that's gone through cancer with their family, and they can be together and just kind of like know like what it's like to be together, doing fun stuff that kind of like helps them get through those tough things. So kind of learning how to cope with those tough stuff together with people that know what you're going through, but also doing these fun things. So it is kindergarten through 5th grade. So it'll be fun to have a wide range of kiddos here, but still a good range of kiddos ages here as well. And we're gonna have people in here hanging out with us from John Ball Zoo. They're gonna be bringing animals in. We're gonna have Plan for Nature Center here doing some art projects with us. Another group that's going to be coming in is the KDL Library. They're going to bring their mobile library in to do books with the children. So that's very exciting. So each day at camp, so it's Tuesdays and Thursdays, starting on the 12th of July, and it ends with a family day on the 26th of July. We'll be having fun activities to do in the morning and the afternoon, and so much more in between those things. So it'll be learning to have like to cope with fun things, but like also being together and understanding how to get through those tough things too.
Okay, all right. Uh-oh, my computer just went a little dark. Can you see me?
I can see you. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm hoping that it's not going to turn off here.
I hope so too.
I may need to go get something. So, okay, great. And this is free of charge, correct?
Yep, absolutely no charge at all. All you have to do is go on Gildas Club website. There's a form on there and you can fill it out and turn it in. You can even take a picture of it, send it to my email. But that's the only thing we ask of you is to fill out the registration form, and that is it.
Oh, that's great.
Wonderful.
And if you don't know how to get to the registration form, you can always call the clubhouse or email us and ask us. And then are there opportunities for people to volunteer for that?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. So
okay.
If you would like to volunteer, you could go email me or Rob Johns, who's the volunteer coordinator through Gildas Club. And basically, if you are already a volunteer here, all we ask is you fill out our volunteer form.
Sure.
We have those. I don't think they're on the website, but we were more than happy to send them out to you if you need one. And then if you haven't volunteered at Gildas Club before, you just get in touch with Rob and he'll do a background check. And then you will be able to come in and hang out with us for Camp Sparkle. It'll be so much fun.
Oh, that's wonderful. So many opportunities.
Absolutely.
So many wonderful things planned.
Yes, and it'll be such a fun time. If you want to volunteer and have some fun, this is the perfect time to do so.
Great. All right. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to do a little bit of a mini kind of introduction or experience of what maybe something you might do at Camp Sparkle. Absolutely. And we're going to listen to a book read by Eric Carle called The Mixed Up Chameleon. And then we'll talk about a little bit about some of the maybe some of the activities that we might do with something like this.
Absolutely.
So, all right. I guess I'm going to go off screen and Chelsey, if you want to also, and then we'll listen to this book.
Sounds great.
The Mixed Up Chameleon. On a shiny green leaf sat a small green chameleon. You could hardly see it. It moved onto a brown tree and turned brownish. Then it rested on a red flower and turned reddish. When the chameleon moved slowly across the yellow sand, it turned yellowish. When it was cold and hungry, it turned grey and dull. It sat still and waited. Only its eyes moved up, down, sideways, until it spotted a fly. The chameleon's long and sticky tongue shot out and caught the fly. When it was warm and had something to eat, it turned sparkling green. That was its life. It was not very exciting. But one day, the chameleon saw a zoo. It had never seen so many beautiful animals. The chameleon thought, "How small I am, how slow, how weak. I wish I could be big and white, like a polar bear." And the chameleon's wish came true. But was it happy? No. I wish I could be handsome, like a flamingo. I wish I could be smart, like a fox. I wish I could swim, like a fish. I wish I could run like a deer. I wish I could see things far away, like a giraffe. I wish I could hide in a shell like a turtle. I wish I could be strong like an elephant. I wish I could be funny, like a seal. I wish I could be like people. Just then, a fly flew by. The chameleon was very hungry. But the chameleon was very mixed up. It was a little of this, and it was a little of that, and it couldn't catch the fly. I wish I could be myself. The chameleon's wish came true, and it caught the fly.
found a place to plug in.
All right.
So what'd you think of the book, Chelsey?
Such a cute, really good story. I love that book so much. It just shows like how the chameleon just really wants to be so many other things, and it ends up at the end deciding, you know what, I'd just rather be myself because I can't catch this fly that I really, really want.
Yeah.
You took on too many things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Such a great, Eric Carle is always super spot on.
I would agree. I would agree. And I think too, in honor of Pride Month, that I think that kids nowadays are really learning to fit into their own skin and allowing their own expression of maybe how they look or how their life looks, or how they're addressed, and how they see themselves inside is reflective of how they express themselves outside, which you know is such a great and beautiful process of becoming who we are.
Exactly. Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think of too is that when you're on a cancer or grief journey, that it reorders your life. It sort of challenges that perception of who am I now?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like the chameleon, you feel a little mixed up and you don't really know who you are at the moment with all these things going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So then having an opportunity, to be with other mixed up kids, right?
Yep, exactly.
And knowing that's a part of the process.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
That they're too trying to figure out who they are. And it's okay to be in that mixed up place and to try different things on. It's okay for that too.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then to have opportunities and activities that might help clarify some of who you want to be.
Exactly. A way to express yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's one of the activities that might help with that, that you guys have planned at Camp Sparkle? Do you know one off the top of your head? It's kind of on the spot, everyone. So we're going to see Chelsey working hard here.
I think one of the things that is super important is that we're able to express ourselves the way we want to, and a good way through that is art and arts and crafts. So we have people coming in to be able to help with that, but the whole I can say the whole theme of camp is art and expression. So kids are able to do arts and crafts and express themselves and do maybe a talent show, which we will doing, but we're calling it performance art. And being able to express themselves in a way of not necessarily on paper, but with themselves in general. So it's showing off a special talent that they might have and all embracing that. And I think one thing that will be fun is being able to display all of their expressions of art to show off to families for Family Day at the end. So I think, being able to express who you are through art and then showing it off to show others what you're capable of and what you feel is super important. So I think one of the big activities is just laying out a bunch of different art things, projects, and maybe having like a theme for the day. So I think the first day we're just going to be talking about ourselves and who we are, because that's important. And letting the kiddos choose whatever they like and making themselves and expressing themselves, and basically doing like a self-portrait of some kind for themselves. And they can do it. They can do painting. They can do whatever they choose. There's no limit to express how they want to do their art. So they can do painting, drawing. I'm pretty sure we'll have glitter. So anything that's messy and fun. But yeah, being able to use whatever the resources they want to use to being able to draw the conclusion of who they are and painting themselves or drawing themselves. So that would be a good first step for sure.
Oh, absolutely. And they might have some parts of other things in them, like a
Yep.
little bit of elephant or a little bit of
Exactly. Yes. You may have
you
some
know,
wings. Yeah,
and we can,
exactly.
yeah, right. Or a little
Little
bit
different
from
pieces.
our sisters or brothers or other important people in our life, the adults in our life, or
Exactly.
teachers that have meant a lot to us that we might take a little bit, and it helps us all meld into who we become.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that
And we could-
influence and those experiences we've
Mhm.
had, death or cancer. Yeah.
Yes. And then the big thing too is that if you don't want to be like, if you don't want to make yourself smile, you don't have to. You can make it sad. You can make it just frowny. The expression of what they want and how they feel is what they can do through their art.
Oh, it's such a great example of helping the kids to just be in the moment. Who am I right now today?
Exactly. Yep.
And part of that is my feelings. How am I feeling today? So am I having a happy face, or am I sad, or
Mhm.
whatever? And it reminds me of my, I guess it's a grandniece, went to a camp in Grand Rapids just last week. And at first she was very sad the first day because she just had never been to a camp, and it was a day camp, but she was not sure. And then the last day she was crying because she didn't want to leave. And so, it can
That's
be
how it goes.
tears for many different reasons.
Exactly. Happy tears, sad tears. Yeah.
Right.
I can imagine some of our kiddos being dropped off for the first time away from their parents, and like our kindergartners, and being not so happy to be here, but hopefully by the end they'll have the same reaction your little one did, and be sad to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's absolutely, and we absolutely have seen that at Camp Sparkle.
I'm sure
100%.
Absolutely.
We've seen it in Noogie Land.
Yeah, I see it in Noogie Land all the time. And they never want to leave afterwards, which is always so great.
Right. So that's great. Oh, that just sounds so enriching and beautiful. And such a great opportunities for families to lean into, support their children, and have a moment to themselves also during the summer.
Absolutely.
And that runs 10 to 2, is that correct?
Yes, yep, 10 to 2.
Okay.
And we'll even have registration on those days. So if you haven't been able to sign up your kiddo beforehand, and say maybe it's the 19th of July and there's been 2 or 3 camp days already, all you have to do is come a little bit earlier and sign a registration form, and your kiddo will be good to go for that day. Even if you just want to make one day, I think that's completely fine. If that's last minute, we welcome you with open arms to come in last minute and have your kiddo be here.
Great.
Yes.
And if you've been to Camp Sparkle before, you can come back, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Please come back. Maybe you can show us a thing or two of what you learned before.
That's great. Might know those songs, right?
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah, something I need help with still. I'm still learning those songs.
Yes, me too. And that camp happens right here at Gildas Club on the northwest side of Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
Okay. And you don't have to be a member. You can become a member. You can afterward or whatever, right? You just have to be have someone in your family that's on a cancer or a grief journey.
Absolutely. Yep.
And it is 100% free of charge.
Yep. Yeah. Nope. Just need to fill out that registration form, and that is the only thing, which would be so great. And I think the best part is like after we've had 4 days of fun at camp, just the kiddos, we welcome the families to come in the last day, and it can bring your little ones that are maybe too young and maybe they're getting ready to go into camp next year. You can show them and experience what camp will be like, and maybe they want to come back next year when they're old enough. The families can see all the hard work that the kiddos have been putting together for the last 4 days. And then we have a wonderful performance art show for the families, for the kids to show off. So why would you like to show off to your families and express how much fun you've had here at Camp Sparkle and what they've learned? Yeah, that's great. Family day as well. That would be wonderful. I'm looking forward to that. That sounds wonderful. And I forgot to mention too, Melissa, is that lunch is provided as well, and that is completely free as well. So that's something, super important. The only thing that you have to do is just drop your kiddo off and have them register. There's really nothing you need to bring or have them follow up with. I mean, if there's an allergy and you're a little worried about what we're serving, I think that's completely fine to bring your own lunch. But other than that, free snacks that are delicious and healthy and free lunch.
Wow. There's a lot packed into that 10 to 2.
Yeah, there is. This is 4 hours of nonstop fun for sure.
Very cool. Well, and I wanted to say that we keep saying Camp Sparkle, and people might be thinking, why Sparkle? Why? Do you know?
So from what I believe I have read and heard, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Melissa, is that Gilda Radner, who Gildas Club is named after, obviously, had a little doggy. I think it was a Yorkie, I believe, named Sparkle. Yeah. And we actually in Noogie Land have a little Sparkle dog that when we are doing our talking and expressing, we pass around knowing that it's their turn to talk if you have Sparkle and you're petting them in your hand. So, so I think that's the reason why it's called Camp Sparkle. It's named after Gilda Radner's doggy.
Spot on. Yeah. And her dog was really an emotional support animal way before we had an understanding of how important that can be. And she took Sparkle with her to all of her hospital stays and her chemos and everything. And so Sparkle was very, very important to her cancer journey, and subsequently then to Gene Wilder's grief journey, her husband. So yes, Sparkle is that dog and is an important part of remembering for us here at Gildas to have some fun.
Absolutely.
Right.
Fun. And like, and this, as you said, with the dog being her support animal, like in Camp Sparkle, and learning to support yourself in healthy ways.
Yes. Yeah. And other people, right?
Yeah, other people, absolutely. And each other. Yeah.
Very cool. I love that. Well, thank you, Chelsey. We're so glad to have you here at Gildas Club, and so grateful for your leadership at Camp Sparkle, and cannot wait. I'm sure that all of you will be seeing on Facebook and Instagram and our website, pictures of camp and all the fun we're going to have. So keep your eye out for that. And so thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Melissa, for having me on here and help spread the word about this wonderful camp that we're going to be having soon.
Yeah, great. So another thing at our clubhouse that we're celebrating is Gilda Radner's birthday. And so we call it the Summer Social, and that'll be next Wednesday and Thursday evening. And there'll be maybe some ice cream here at the clubhouse, but it's just here at the clubhouse, and we don't have groups those nights, but fun celebration. So if you're interested in that, you can register for that, and you can, while you're here, register for Camp Sparkle.
We'll have a booth.
Yes, that's great. So, and we're welcoming any birthday presents anyone wants to bring to the clubhouse, things we might need that are on our list, our gift list. So you can see that on our donation list on our website, so which is www.gildasclubgr.org. So I think that's all we have for today. Hope you guys are doing well, getting outside, staying healthy. We hope to see you here at the clubhouse or virtually. We have both programs going at in almost all of our groups. And if you have questions, again, you're new to a cancer or grief journey and you'd like to get connected to our free support program, give us a call, 616-453-8300. Again, on our website, we have all that information also. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.